of April. We have Lester. Do you see Lester? He took over 297.
He just marked it clear.
Did he? Okay, when he comes in, welcome Lester. He took over for Joel. Joel is no longer with us. And then Lori, I did see Lori. She is taking to, which one are you doing right now? Because I know you might, 302? 301, 302. So she kind of co-partners with Jerome. But she might take over a different one next week if she likes that one. So welcome, Lori. And then we have Dave. Dave Wolf, he's part-time. Yes, welcome Dave. To the community and from Hillstar Routes as well. We have some May anniversaries. We have Alicia Gomez. She's been with us 2 years. Alicia. Am I missing her? Okay, and then we have Justin. Justin has been with us 2 years as well. He does a lot of different parades for merit. And then we have Melanie. Melanie Lugo. She is our HR specialist. She's been here with us for 5 years. And Warren. Warren has been with us for 7 years. Warren. Thank you for your service. And Eric. Eric has been with us for 11 years. Guys, I just have one announcement. I'm going to talk about paylocity for just 1 second. And hopefully, I know you guys all do very well, and it's been a great program. But now I want you to be able to correct your own paycheck. We're going to go to the next level. So if you're missing a punch, and it's going to be your responsibility, because pretty soon I'm not going to come and help you guys, you need to go on Paylocity, and if you do not know how to do that, this wonderful assistant of mine, Douglas, can help you out. And also, when you call in sick, or you take paid time off, you can go in there and you can put the hours, you can say you want to use your floating holiday, you can say how many hours you want to use. I really need you to do that as well, because I'm spending a half a day to almost a day trying to get a hold of people that are not doing that. And that's really, if you want to get paid for that time, you really need to go in to Paylocity and request that. And if you don't know what I'm saying, please come and talk to me or Douglas, and we will show you how to do that. It's super easy. You can ask anyone that knows, like Bob Yeager with her prime example. He put in his PTO already for last week. How easy is it? Super easy. So I really want you to be able to manage your own pay stubs. Okay? And I know some people, that are time cards.
Punch.
Yeah, so please do that. Also, our wheelchair bonus was on the last stub. So look on that. It will say wheelchair, your little wheelchair bonus for doing wheelchairs. So that will also be on that quarterly. But last week it was on there. So check to see if you got that bonus as well. So any questions before I give the mic to Rini? Lester, he's in the house. He took over 297. Welcome, Lester. Welcome. Okay, here's Rini.
Hello. I have just a few announcements too. So you guys don't have to listen to me train today. Lucky you guys. I know you're happy about that. I want to just cover a few things that are popping up. First of all, let's talk about t-shirts. 'Tis the season to wear a t-shirt. So if you guys have seen this sign-up sheet, it's by the time clock, and you guys want a t-shirt that says New Tracks on it, please fill this out. I would like, the more people we get to order t-shirts, the bigger the quantity, the less the price. So they will all start out at $10.50 if you don't get enough, but then as you get more, those increments go down, okay? And on the bottom of that sign-up sheet, there's two websites that you can go to. So pull those up, kind of look at what t-shirt you want. You can get whatever color you want. Eric chose blue, but remember, because he chose blue, he still has to wear his vest, okay? Yes, you too. If you get an orange or a green or a fluorescent yellow t-shirt, what's that? Gray, you still have to wear your vest, Miss Laura. I know it does. It looks very nice on you too. But if you have a fluorescent colored t-shirt on, you don't have to wear your vest. The vest is something that identifies you as the driver. So it's a good segue, because my next thing I'm going to talk about is wearing your vest. That is what designates you as the driver. If there were an accident, or if somebody had a question, they know they can go to you, the person that's wearing the vest, and ask you, and you will know all the answers. Okay? So it's really important for you guys to wear those when you're out there. Okay? And
because I don't want to have to write people up for not wearing their vest.
Patty will write you guys up if you do not. And we're trying to just kind of clamp down on it. I think we talked about this before too, is that you should wear your vest while you're out in the parking lot. Just so people see you. You want to be visible to people and not get run over by your fellow driver. Hopefully, that will not happen. Gotta watch out for Court, he's bad. Okay, any questions about that? Okay. Next, I want to talk about some different tools that we have gotten. See if I can balance this. Oh, I got it. Just don't breathe. The first one is, this is called a tie-down ratchet, and it was made for us, custom made for us by Janet's husband, and it helps to save your back. So when you go down, and you can ratchet those side things on the tie downs, and it helps your wrist also, absolutely. So we have some of these. I know a lot of you guys have taken some already to try them out. And from all you guys that have done it, what do you think?
They're nice and tight.
Are they nice? Okay. They work on both the old tie downs and the new tie downs. So they're kind of universal like that. So if you want one of these, come and find me. The other thing I want to talk about is these are seatbelt clips, okay? So these seatbelt clips, I'll take one out so you can see it. They help for when you put the shoulder strap on somebody and it's cutting up right next to their neck. And it's like I know some of the brand new buses, it's really hard to adjust the wall part of the strap. So these you can put on.
As it break the. You're not getting the box.
So it's just a little clip. So you clip it onto the seat belt, and then you take that shoulder belt and you clip it on. There's another way to clip it on underneath it. So this part clips onto the seat belt, and then so it's in like this, okay? So you're gonna bring the shoulder belt and you flip it under, and it pulls it away from the neck. So you just put it on like this, and then you take the other shoulder down and you flip it on underneath this part here, and what it does is it pulls that away from it, but it's still on the shoulder. Does that make sense? So you flip it on, take that other shoulder part and go underneath it. Flips over here, it's just a little clip thing. And then it pulls it here. And then it just pulls it away from the neck, so it's easier on them, so it's not rubbing up against it. And then you don't have to move that big thing on the wall either. Okay? Come see me if you want to try it out. I know that Alicia has been using them a couple of times and she loves them. She says they work really well. So just a few things that we've been trying to get for you guys to help you with your jobs and help you with, making the clients more comfortable. Okay? Okay, a couple other things. Closing windows on your buses. I can't tell you how many times I've walked out into the yard in the morning and seeing buses with their windows wide open, and like 3 or 4 of them on each side. And I know that sometimes the clients open them, which is great if you want to get some more air in there, but it's part of your post trip that you guys need to get up and check those. It's right on the post strip, it says all the windows closed. And I know that you guys are just checking them off, because I've seen it. And like this morning, I went out there was a window wide open, the seat was sopping wet, it was all wet on the floor. We want to try to keep this moisture out of the buses too because of mold and things like that. So really, please check. Last thing you should do before turning off your bus is check your windows and make sure they're all closed. Okay? And mosquitoes. And bees. Bees too. When they're going to be active here. So just make sure that they're all closed. Enough said. If we're coming on Wednesday, who knows what is happening on Wednesday?
Inspection day.
Inspection day. My favorite day, yes. My favorite day of the year, not. I just want to impress on you guys that if you haven't gotten an pre-inspection sheet for your bus, please grab it. Thank you, Douglas. And fill it out for me, please. It really helps me because I am OCD. I do go on the buses anyway, and will probably double check a few things just to make sure. The more smoothly things go on inspection day, the more the inspectors are apt to just say, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, you don't have to do that. That looks good. I mean, and they all know us. They know that we do a good job every year. So we have a good reputation thanks to all of you guys. But make sure those e-brakes go all the way down to the floor and that your bus is not moving. That's an important one. But just make sure that everything is running smoothly. Try to clean your buses up as best you can. That's another thing that we don't get marked off for it, but it just impresses the inspectors, and they go, yeah, you guys keep your fleet in really good shape. Okay? If you need one of these, let me know. I think I've got most of everybody's back. Thank you very much. If there is something that is wrong with your bus, please make sure you let the mechanics know so that they can get it in and get it fixed before inspection day. I know it might mean that your bus might be down for an afternoon or for a morning, but it's imperative that we get everything fixed, lift-wise or engine-wise or whatever, fixed so that we can get those back on the road and get them ready for inspection. The inspectors will be here at 9 o'clock on Wednesday. So when you guys, we'll start out with the sub buses that are here. And then when you guys come back from your routes, come on in, come in the back. I'll be in the back there. There'll probably be about 4 inspectors just go ahead and just leave your keys in the cup holder, okay? And your bus unlocked, and we'll jump in, and then we'll bring your keys back in. Okay, so just leave your keys out there. All right? Any questions about any of that good stuff that I just said? What's that? It doesn't matter, the blue strap's fine. Oh, one thing I do want to mention about inspections. With your tie downs, if you can, when you bring them back in, if you guys can take your tie downs like up where you're storing them and lay them on the floor, because that will help. We're going to be counting in, and we have to look behind the tie downs. If you guys look at the bottom of the tie down, there's 4 screws on the back. And they're going to be picking each one of those up and looking for those 4 screws. And if it doesn't have a screw, then we get marked out. They'll also be pulling out the strap and everything and inspecting those too. So it just helps if they're all out. Yes?
You don't want them on that lock thing, on the seat.
Yes, on the bottom. It just helps. It just take them all off, put them on the floor, and then that way they're easy to count. And I'm going to go, they're going to say how many wheelchairs are for this bus, and I'll say 4. And then we'll count them all and look at them. Because we'll be inspecting each one of them. Just set them right on the floor. Yeah, you don't have to put them on the box. Just set them right on the floor. Okay? You can leave those on. The ones that are underneath the seats, they're just hard because we're, trying to lift the seats up, put the seats up and everything. But if they're all like on the side of your buses and those racks, just leave them there. They're easy to take on now. Okay? Did I hear something else?
That was the other question.
Oh, because you have that in your bus.
All of them are on the side.
Yeah.
So I don't think about it.
Yeah. Okay? All right. That's all I got. Now Melanie will be doing our training for you guys today.
Thank you, Amy. Well, good morning. All right, this is the point where we are going to be watching a video in a few minutes. So if you cannot see this blue square right here, you'll want to come in and move yourself to the center here, so at least we all just see this. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so that's what we're going to be talking about today. The first thing I want to talk about a little bit is, we hear a lot, we actually have posted. You will see it up in the break room. I think it might be in 2 spots, it's at least in 1 spot, and it looks like this. We're going to have extra copies of this. It's a great example of how to define what is stress and what is anxiety, because they are different. And also, worry is something different too. They are all 3 different things. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about what they are, and they're not all bad. So if you see this, please take a look at it. It does a great job of defining what is stress and what is anxiety. We also have extra copies that we will put up so you can grab one. So anxiety is actually, along with stress, they're not bad things. They can actually be good things. They're part of our body's response to things that we encounter in our world every day. So anxiety is there to keep our bodies safe. It's part of the fight or flight. And it protects us from danger, along with stress. And stress, it happens so fast. It is not something you get to even think about. It's your body's physiological response to something that's happening to you. And it's unconscious, and it happens really fast. The anxiety comes in as it starts to start to experience it longer. And then the worry is us thinking about it repeatedly, about that stress, and then about that anxiety, and repeating it, the worry about it, thinking about it over and over and over again. And I know that I've even replayed things. I don't know if anybody else has ever replayed a situation or conversation you've had or need to have, and have to replay it, and you get more anxious about it, and you start worrying about it more. But some of those things have that conversation. Or think about you're going to have a new job, or there's somebody you see at a restaurant that you want to approach them, and you want to say hello, or you want to check in or meet someone new. It is stressful. It can be anxiety producing, but it can be a good thing because it helps us to move forward, and it helps us to grow, and it helps us to problem solve, and move forward. When anxiety and worry and stress become a problem, it's when it's prolonged. Because typically stress is something that as soon as that situation or that problem is gone, the stress is gone. Okay, if you have an upcoming doctor's appointment, I get really stressed out about the exam, but once the exam is over and positive results, we move on. And the stress is no longer there to worry about the anxiety, it's gone. But sometimes if we're continually worrying about, let's even say a relationship or a problem that we have, the long-term stress and anxiety it can cause problems in our body. So that's when it can start causing depression, or you can start getting physical symptoms like getting nausea, or having stomach issues, or getting headaches. It can even cause weird things like backaches, or it's amazing how our body, with prolonged stress and anxiety, can respond. Things you're not even really conscious of, that it might just be a stress or anxiety problem. So today what we're going to do is watch a couple of videos that help us, one, kind of give an overview of mental health, and being aware of that and some things that we can do. And then we'll also take a look at, well, how do we know? How do we know if we're doing well in these areas? So Douglas, do you want to play that first video? That'd be great.
Yes, I do.
Advice on the topics that matter most to all of us. Today we are talking about mental health. Here's Dr. Patel with some tips for this mental health awareness.
Here are 3 quick ways you can improve your mental health today. First, get up and move. One of the reasons we feel so energized when we work out, why they call it a runner's high, is because of hormones such as endorphins and serotonin that get released when we're active. Endorphins are the body's way of handling pain, stress, and naturally boosting our mood. But I don't have time to go hit the gym. That's okay, just move more a little bit throughout your day. Have a random dance party, take the stairs, even household chores count. Take time to unapologetically do something that you love. Some people, like me, have trouble just relaxing watching TV or picking up a good book, or just chilling out and playing some video games, or doing any activity that's not directly related to work. But it's good to focus on a task or activity, to be selfish and chill. This can calm the stress response, the sympathetic drive, and is great for your mental well-being. And lastly, write down what you're thankful for every day.
Research suggests that practicing gratitude can fine-tune our brains to focus more on positivity, calm anxiety, and help us appreciate our surroundings, rather than comparing our lives to others. Start with some small daily victories.
Had a great cup of coffee, my body was good to me, saw some friends and family, my boss ended a meeting 15 minutes early. There are so many little moments to be thankful for.
Hey, all supervisors, please end your meetings 15 minutes earlier.
Grateful for you. Sleep is also really important for your mental health. So is hydration, eating a proper diet, and may I suggest that everyone gives meditation a try? And as always, if you feel like you need help or are struggling with your mental health, reach out to a trusted friend, colleague, family member, a healthcare professional, or call the Suicide and Crisis Hotline at 988.
And Dr. Patel joins me now. I gotta tell you, it's good to see you, first of all. I'm a big fan of the meditation, and with meditation comes gratitude. So they go hand in hand. Tell us about the actual science behind gratitude and how it helps with mental health.
For sure, Bill. I'm going to show it by saying that I am grateful for you and our entire All-Star ABC News Live family. Gotta bring that in. Now, obviously, we've been practicing gratitude as a species for thousands of years, but there is some strong scientific backing for how it improves our mental well-being. Specifically, studies show it lights up areas in your brain associated with motivation, stress response, empathy, and these are all really good things, and this is why gratitude, the daily practice, whether it is from walking in nature or meditating, has been shown to decrease symptoms of anxiety, depression, chronic pain. It even helps us appreciate our own lives more rather than looking around and comparing it to everyone else's, which is so important nowadays. So with these types of science and getting people to practice gratitude, I'm all for it. So the other practices you can do is give out more compliments. Staycation or keep a gratitude jar. Go outside in nature and just appreciate what you see. Keep it specific, do it consistently, and you will see the great benefits.
Compliments. You can't see him right now, but Will Gans is sitting here, and he's got a beautiful purple suit on. Will, beautiful purple
I
suit.
appreciate that. And I like Will Gans, you know, great smile, filling with great eyes. Compliments all around. Wow, great smile. Okay, there he is.
All right, thank you guys. So some great reminders. I really thought that video was great. It just happened like last week. Just some great reminders to exercise, to eat well, to take some time to do some of those things that you love. And the gratitude piece, I definitely know that I heard another psychologist say if you take 2 weeks, just 2 weeks of every night before you go to bed, think of 3 things that you feel like went well in a day. It's kind of a different way to look at gratitude. 3 things that went well that day. It will actually, those impacts of doing that for 2 weeks will actually positively affect your body for 6 months, just doing that 2 weeks. That's kind of how that positive or the gratitude works. So give it a try. So there's some great reminders in there. So the question is, great, you can do those things, great reminders, but how am I really doing in those areas? So this next video is some questions to ask yourself to see how well we're doing.
Thank you.
Mental health is on the decline for many people. Even if you're not on the verge of a mental breakdown, your mental health still may be suboptimal and you don't really appreciate it because you're not paying attention. How would you know? That's what I'm talking about today. I'm Dr. Tracy Marks, a psychiatrist, and I make mental health education videos. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and although you should always be in tune with the state of your mental health, this month gives us a chance to highlight the importance of mental wellness, whether or not you have a mental illness. So how do you know if you're doing well or if you need to make changes or seek professional help? Here are 7 questions to ask yourself to do a mental check-in. The first thing you can look at is your life balance. How is your energy distributed between 4 domains in your life? Your physical health, achievements, which include work, school, money, and other accomplishments, relationships, which would be family, friends, acquaintances, and general community life, and then the 4th domain is meaning and future, and this would incorporate your values and goals. These are the main areas where we spend our time and energy. Take a few minutes to think about how much energy you spend in each area. If you work 8 to 10 hours a day, that's a third of your time, and you may not be able to change that. But time doesn't always equal energy output. Does your work require even more of your energy because you worry about it when you're not working? Or you even do work in your off hours? Do you come home so drained at the end of the day that you don't have much left to do anything else, like prepare a healthy meal instead of getting takeout, or connect with people who you care about? The main idea with this self-reflection is to recognize areas in your life that you may be neglecting and try and find some ways to reserve more of your energy for those areas. Number 2 check-in question is, how have your moods been on most days? We will always have good days and bad days, but look at how you've been in the past month. Yes, a month is a long time, but you want to look back and see what the pattern is. Negative emotions to identify would be feeling low and discouraged on most days, having more anxiety or anger. How much have you laughed in the past weeks? You don't need to quantify, but just think, have you found things amusing and enjoyable? You're not going to find things funny if you're sad or annoying on most days. Number 3 is, how have you been sleeping? The average amount of sleep required for an adult is 7 to 9 hours. If you sleep less than that, you may notice that you can still function, but you're running on a battery that's not fully charged. You also build up a sleep debt that affects your thinking and how you process information. Sleep deprivation also has negative physical effects. But aside from the number of hours that you get, what's the quality like? Are you tossing and turning? You may be in the bed for 10 hours, but you get up a few times during the night and end up only sleeping 5 hours. An easy test for your quality of sleep is how rested do you or don't you feel when you wake up in the morning. Number 4 is, how well have you been taking care of your body? Have you been craving processed foods with lots of sugar and salt? When we get stressed, some people crave sweets and some people crave salty or savory foods. These cravings can be a signal that you're under a lot of stress and using food to cope, or it could just be that these are the foods that your body is used to eating and you're in a rut of eating this way. Also, how much exercise are you getting? The trend of working remotely has been super convenient in a lot of ways, but it has also decreased our activity levels and increased how much time we spend sitting in front of computers as a whole. Number 5 check-in question is related to 4, but from a different angle, and that is, how have you been feeling physically? The mind and the body are connected, and poor mental health can show up in physical signs like feeling tired all the time, or starting out with a decent amount of energy, but feeling utter exhaustion at the end of the day. And it's not because you were doing physical labor either. You could have spent the whole day in Zoom meetings and feel like you're gonna collapse. Other physical symptoms could be headaches, nausea, stomach aches, constipation, and muscle aches. You can get tension headaches when you feel stressed, or you can get a headache from neck tension. Jaw clenching can cause pain that affects the muscles of your face and head. Number 6 check-in question is, who is your support system? Do you have someone you can turn to when you need to talk or need help? Or are you the person who is there for everyone else, but when you're down, there's no one around? That's a really lonely place to be. And there's different scenarios that can make that happen, like maybe your inner circle is only comprised of dependent people who don't have the capacity to give back. In this case, you need to connect with some people who are more your equal when it comes to maturity and emotional aspects. Another scenario is maybe you don't know how to communicate your needs to people, and they assume that you're good and can't recognize that you're not unless you explicitly ask for help. These are just a couple of thoughts on this issue, but the overall point is to take a look at what kind of support you have. It doesn't have to be filled with people who come to your rescue, but instead people who you feel are on your side, listen to you, and make you feel good when you're in their presence. We can sometimes spend too much time around people who take from us and make us feel bad about ourselves. I talk about one reason for that in a video that I did on breaking the cycle of negative relationships. The last mental check-in question that I'll talk about is, what are you doing that gives you joy? If that answer is nothing, I hate everything I do, then this really needs to be a focus for change. You may not be able to control doing the things that drain you, but you...
Sorry.
Don't leave us hanging, Doug.
Sorry. Hit the play button.
Try to balance it with activities that make you happy. They don't have to be things that sound impressive, like hiking or volunteering in a soup kitchen. They could be as basic as binge watching a show, playing with your pet, playing a card game, or even engaging in a craft. Everyone needs downtime, and you need some of it every day. And sleep is not downtime, that's battery recharge time. You can wear yourself out if you're busy completing your to-do list all the way up until you drop into the bed and then wake up and start another day of the same thing. You need some time to be quiet or do something that serves you while you're awake and aware. You need to experience the pleasure of engaging in something you enjoy. If you ask yourself these questions and realize you're not doing well in most areas, take an inventory of what's missing and start chipping away little by little to make changes to improve your mental health. I've got a mental wellness community where we address these issues with weekly wellness challenges, monthly workshops, live question and answer sessions, and journaling exercises.
Perfect. That should do a really great job of really asking us questions and helping us to think through what are some of those things that or areas that I need to work on. And she goes on a little bit later. There's different ways to be able to get help if you need help. One way is there is an organization called BetterHelp that can give you access. And as a company, Utrax actually provides, and you've heard me say it probably a couple of times if you've been here a while, is we have an EAP, which is an Employee Assistance Program. and it is available to you whether you're full-time or part-time. And it's not, you know, there's a lot of different things that stress us, and I like the video too because we're not all the same. So some of you hiking might sound like a really amazing and wonderful thing to do that you would enjoy. For other people, it is binge watching that show, or spending some time with your pet, or just walking outside with your feet on the grass. So there's different ways and different things to do. And if you haven't found something yet, then try something new. This summer is a great time to do that when the weather is gorgeous here in Minnesota. You get some of that vitamin D that also helps our body. So we want you to know that there is the EAP. I made some more copies of that, and I can put this in dispatch. It's a reminder that it's not just about, like, if you want help budgeting, it's there for you. If you want to meet with a financial advisor to plan for the future, to plan for retirement, if you need some legal advice, if you want to find some community resources, if you need help with childcare, if you're just, the load is, like she said, in fact, not everybody's on the verge of mental breakdown, but lately, like the last few years with COVID, a lot of us are having more trouble coping with things than we used to. We have 5 sessions that are free, that are covered here, that can get you moving, get you going. So this is something that NuTrax pays for. So it's anonymous. We actually don't get reports of who's using it or anything like that, or how many people are anything. We just pay for it. So if you want to use it, please do, okay? So it's May Mental Health Awareness. I hope this is helpful to you. I will send out the links to these videos. And another great one is Therapy in a Nutshell. It's a YouTube channel. And they have some other great, excellent videos. If you have any questions for me, it doesn't have to be about mental health awareness, but if you have any questions about your 403B, health benefits, any of that stuff, please feel free to come and ask me. Are there any questions, whether it's this or broader, that either Patty or someone else can answer? Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you all for being here. We are going to be getting ready for lunch. Which door are we opening, Patty? Oh, okay. We're going to be opening that door. We'll be bringing it to the table. So if you just give us just a moment to get all of the things set up on the table. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.